Today we're going to talk about Qigong on this episode, which I really enjoy and I think is extremely powerful. I've been doing it for many years. How does it go in with my treatments, right? You gotta always say, well, why is a chiropractor teaching Qigong? Because as I say always, everything benefits each other. One supports the other. And I think Qigong is like the acupressure. You could take it home and you could do things. Like I usually give people specific Qigong movements depending on their condition, because it has been used for healing in martial arts for thousands of years. It's a Chinese, they call it a martial art, but some people don't look at it as martial arts because there's really no specific fighting behind it. But if you do a little research, you'll see it's the foundation for a lot of Chinese martial arts. Because what it does is it builds energy in the body based on specific movements, specific breathing techniques and postures and stances. It's very deep, very individual in my opinion. I think sometimes people try to lump everything into one package. That's why sometimes I'll just do a couple different movements for a person's specific condition. And sometimes I do teach some classes on it that I think are beneficial, because when you package them together, when I say package them, do certain movements for overall health and well-being, it's very powerful. There's so many people that practice it now and so many people that do it. So find something that fits for you. I think everybody's got a different take on it and how they want to, present it. I think the overall thing should be that you enjoy their teaching, it doesn't hurt you, and you feel good. I always like to incorporate stretching with my Qigong movements. I just think it takes it to a whole nother level. And there are a lot of people that do that. I've done some classes with Francesco Garipoli from Community Awake, strengthening Qigong and cleansing Qigong. Beautiful movements that flow together and just help the overall person with no specific hierarchy. It's about the movements and about the Qigong and the respect for how long it's been around and the benefits from it. He studied in China for a while too, and then came back to America and spreads that information around quite good, I think. And I also studied with Chinese practitioners that were very good. But I think the mixture of it, when I say the mixture of it, the stretching and the breathing and that combination that it offers is beneficial, especially to a chiropractic patient that's coming in with musculoskeletal stuff, but overall just general health, to support the well-being, because I like to roll everything together and keep it just a beneficial package. And this is one of the things that I use that really brings a extra benefit to the visit. How Qigong benefits my practice and my visits and my patients, more importantly, is that it supports what I do by keeping the body balanced. Sometimes certain movements will benefit specific organs, like the back. That's usually bladder meridian and a kidney in some areas. So when you focus on that meridian and that specific Qigong movement that helps strengthen the bladder, you get benefits, because you're getting energy moving. When I say strengthening, I don't just mean the physical strengthening part, which it does do that also. I'm talking about the energetic part of it. Because usually what happens is when you're lacking energy, you have some kind of pain or discomfort in that area. So you build it up, you strengthen it, and it helps. That's basically making it flow better is the biggest way. But it does improve physical strength too. Definitely balance and coordination. I mean, Tai Chi is one that everyone always remembers. Qigong's different. It's just more of a foundational. That's how I look at it. I mean, it might be looked at in other ways from other people, but I think it's just a great foundational, support system and exercises for anybody, just like some people use yoga to support the things that they do, which I think is another phenomenal thing. The stretching, I think stretching is so important. What I have a problem with is when people say, you have to do this style or that thing. I say, I don't agree with that, and that's why I always love Bruce Lee. If you want some good information about, how to look at life, never mind just martial arts, I think Bruce Lee has some wonderful things that he said. Like the best form is no form, the art of fighting without fighting. It all makes sense because he could apply it to real life and he could do it physically. So that's how I look at everything. What can I share with you that's going to benefit you on an overall, not just from the treatment, but in life. And I believe Qigong offers that to you. Another thing I like about the Qigong is that it's something a patient could take home and do, which I hope they do. Something you could do your whole life. and it really benefits. So if you come in with low back pain or neck pain or elbow or knee, whatever it is, I'll give you a specific movement, Qigong movement that'll help heal that, help get it to function at a more optimum level. And the best part is you could do it when you go home. Matter of fact, you have to do it when you come home. When you go home, the more you do it, the better off it is. Within reason, balance. Remember, is a key. You don't want to do too much, but you don't want to be too little. And then I also throw some breathing exercises in that too. Not Qigong-based breathing exercises mostly. And we're going to talk about this in an episode on its own. The Oxygen Advantage and the Buteyko methods of breathing by Patrick McEwen. I say him because he's a guy I studied with and got certified in, but more importantly because I do believe he really gives a very good explanation of it and explains it and does it for the right reasons. He's good people. Another thing about Qigong that I also enjoy sharing with people is how much it helps reduce stress and it boosts your immunity because it increases energy function, right? People measure cortisol levels and other things, to see those changes. That's not my thing. I don't test things just because that's just me. But you can get tests. You can find stuff to see if that's your thing. Blood work. I've seen blood work change over the years with people that do Qigong and come in for treatments. I've seen a lot of things that would be considered pretty remarkable, and they are in some extent, but they're really not because that's what these movements were designed to do. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to pick one that I think would benefit you. And I say that because I've done it over the years and I've seen the results and the differences with people. Another benefit of Qigong is that there's really no age restrictions. I mean, you can't be too young, of course. You got to be able to, move and get up out of your chair, right? But older, as we age, I hate that word older, As we age, we can't do the exercises that we did for so many years. We go to a more softer approach, right? That's what people think about Tai Chi. It's always the elderly people doing it in the park. It's bone, and it helps build coordination and balance and all that. And Qigong's the same. I think Qigong's a little more powerful. That's just me. But I think the combination would be good for some people. But it's nice to know that you can do something, as we age. That's also with the martial arts. Sometimes they're considered internal martial arts, which are still very physical and to me more powerful than just the external stuff. But the training is very different. And as we age, a lot of people want to switch to more internal martial arts because they can do it. The movements aren't as hard and as stressful. Some are, but most of them aren't. But it's something you can incorporate into your life. And I think that's so important as you age. If you pick an exercise that you like, that you could do your whole life. Look at so many people play golf into their 80s and 90s, right? That's a sport that you could do for your whole life. Of course, there's injuries with that, but you want to find something that at a certain point in your life you say, listen, I got to do a little bit less of this and a little more of that. And I think golf and Qigong are two of the things that you can do that with. Skiing too. You see a lot of people that are elderly and ski. The point is to find something that really brings you joy, not just the physical part. Just you're happy to do. Then you're going to do it more, first of all, right? But you're happy. You look forward to going and play golf or go skiing or do your Qigong in the morning or night, whatever it may be. I think that's so important. And to be realistic, just say, okay, at this stage of the game, no matter your age, this is what I could do. This is what I have the time to do, and this is what I love to do. And when you put love in there, and you're set, in my opinion. If what I'm talking about in terms of the Qigong and the other things interest you, come by one day. Give us a call. We'll talk to you about the Qigong because I do classes with Qigong. Not as often as I used to, but I still do, and I'm still open to doing it when I get enough people and I put it out there because it's something that benefits just about everyone. And it's fun. And if you haven't done it, maybe it'd be good to see if it is something for you to come and see. So, I encourage you to give us a call or email and find out about when the next classes are or what I'm offering at that time based on the Qigong. It's different than all the other therapies that I do. We can do it as a group, which makes it actually fun. When I say group, 5 to 10 people, maybe a little more sometimes. And as a group practice, it's enjoyable, because then you can help each other and you get to see how someone's doing something and maybe that helps you and vice versa. But it's a nice group activity. Do me a favor, follow us and like us on social media and visit our website, NewJerseyTotalHealth.com.